Welcome to episode number 49 of the Inside Job Boards and Recruitment Marketplaces podcast. I am one of your co-hosts, Steven Rothberg. I'm the founder of College Recruiter, a job search site that believes that every student and recent graduate deserves a great career. And I am joined here by my co-host,
Peter Zollman. I'm with the AIM Group. We work with recruitment marketplaces to provide business intelligence and consulting. And with us today, we have Dmytro Gryn of Jooble, which is one of the largest aggregation recruitment marketplaces in the world. Before we get started, I just want to mention once again, as I was saying earlier to Steven and Dmytro, about a year and a half ago, Roman Prokofyev, the CEO and founder of Jooble, spoke at RecBuzz, our conference for job boards and recruitment marketplaces, about how I run a job board in the middle of a war. And I've been to, let's say 10,000 presentations at various conferences and so forth. Over 40 years, that's not going to too many. Yes, it is going to too many, and Roman's presentation was the single most moving, scary, impressive, and both tear-jerking and heartwarming presentations I've ever seen, the most. And the fact that you're sitting in Kyiv, which is not exactly a peaceful neighborhood right now, and able to talk to us, just as our friends in Israel and the peaceful people of Gaza, leaving out certain people, but the peaceful people of Gaza deserve peace and dignity and be able to go on with their lives. We hope soon you are able to move forward in much quieter times. So Dmytro, tell us about aggregation at Jooble, and then I'll throw the first real question at you, because I do have a real question.
Hi, Steven. Hi, Peter. Thank you for having me today. What I can tell about the aggregation in Jooble. Jooble is one of the world top 10 most visited websites about job search and employment, according to SimilarWeb rating. We have been operating since 2006, and we were based in Ukraine, and we are still based in Ukraine. We have a lot of employees all over the world, but our headquarters and our core management team is located in Kyiv. So personally, myself, I was the first company's employee hired by founders. And I became a CEO just a few months before the war. So I was reading the book by Horowitz, Hard Things About Hard Things, and I never imagined that I will be wartime CEO this literally. But here I am today with you.
So we've seen recently that there are some challenges facing aggregators, especially with Google starting to get into the job space. How do you guys see that, and what do you think will be the future for the next short term and midterm?
Great question. Job aggregation was always a challenging task, because we must deal with a huge amount of poorly structured or unstructured data. We had to deal with a large amount of scammers who want to get your money, but don't help you to get a job. And these challenges with the rise of generative AI, they become more and more visible, because generative AI is a great tool for people who want to create more value to the market. But sadly, it's also a great tool for different type of scammers and bad people. So I think dealing with the data and with large amount of data is more it's more vital challenge for job aggregators than to face Google.
Awesome. We run into the same things at College Recruiter. So what Jooble is facing, you're in almost, is it 70 countries, 69 different countries or something?
67 for now.
67. Sorry.
Yeah.
It is definitely a growing.
69.
Yeah, it's definitely a growing problem. So, given the challenges of aggregation that have, like, as you said, Dmytro, that have always been around, as well as some of the new ones. What are some of the plans and strategies that Jooble is using to continue to deliver the high quantity that a lot of our customers want, but also with the quality that they need?
For last few years, we were actively investing in our internal solution. We call it job data processing model. And because we, as an aggregator, we operate a huge amount of data about jobs, about job seekers, demands, about trends in job search, we can enhance our model to get better recommendations and better search results. And right now, we can see that there is a trend to go into deep personalization and deep personalized experience. And with this experience, if we already have a quantity of applicants, we can boost the quality significantly, just because of personalization and because we do have the data.
Now, Ukraine is widely known as a tech hub in Eastern Europe, and obviously there were a lot of people who left. But not all that many. I saw a report earlier today about the employment picture in Ukraine. And did you lose a lot of your people, or did a lot of them go remote who had not been remote? How are you dealing with that?
Great question. I think we were a bit lucky here because as soon as COVID-19 pandemic breakdown, we imposed remote first policy, so-called, and from that point, every employee of Jooble was able to work completely remote from any part of the world, and we were investing into like online events, community, team building work events that allow people to work in some kind of effective and efficient way, and that helped us when the war started. Right now we can see that we don't need to do any activities because people tend to go and visit the office. If they're living in Kyiv, they just come and visit. If they're staying abroad or in other cities, they still come visit Kyiv for a week to work with the colleagues on site. And I think that's great. It's part of our culture. Yeah, and one decision made in right time.
One of the few good things that came out of COVID is knowledge workers were able to work remotely, and then obviously when there's an emergency crisis like this, that's helped a lot of companies stay alive. And let's look a little bit to the future, maybe over the next year, 3 years, 5 years. What do you see changing, both for Jooble, but also the wider space, just job aggregation as a whole? What are you planning to do to?
We see that the expensive growth, I guess, hit the limit, and right now it's not a good time to try to create universal worldwide solution which will fulfill all needs of all people in any country. So for the future, at least for Jooble, but I guess I can see this trend also for other players. There will be a trend to localization. You have an ability to localize your product to cultural differences and to job market specific features for particular countries and for particular niches, because the driver and the nurse who is looking for a job, they have the different flow and different experience, and our mission is to make this experience easier for this particular profession.
Okay. Any last questions, Steven? Otherwise, I have one, but it's a quick one.
Go for it.
Okay, Dmytro, when are you going to overtake Indeed?
Like somebody somewhere, I heard this quote, and I really use it often. We are not competing with Indeed. We are competing with our yesterday version of ourselves. So I don't know. Maybe never, maybe tomorrow, but it's not our goal and it's not our focus.
I think we can quote that.
Maybe never, maybe tomorrow.
The CEO of Aggregation at Jooble promised, guaranteed 100% they're overtaking Indeed tomorrow. And you could say that that's not exactly what he said, but we can make stuff up.
No, the quote is maybe never, maybe tomorrow.
Yes, absolutely.
Maybe never.
It will make a great headline.
I like the answer, though. We're competing with ourselves.
I love that.
And where we were yesterday.
Yeah.
Mr. Steven.
Yes.
Good morning to you, because it's still morning for you. Mr. Dmytro, good evening to you, because it's evening for you. And this has been a fun, very quick 12 minutes, and we're ready to wrap up. Thank you for coming, and have a good evening, and good wishes for peace ahead for all.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Dmytro. Thank you, Peter.